Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this presentation at Dreamhack 2011. My name is TotalBiscuit.
And I am Apollo.
Yep. You're okay after lunch? Everything feeling good?
I didn't really have food. I had fruit and coffee.
Yeah.
And my voice is actually not so bad today. Compared to yesterday, last night, I was like a jazz DJ, you know.
Yeah. We've actually...
But I'm actually not too bad today. So.
Yeah, we've had a lot of very sick casters here. Obviously, you've been sick. I've just got over what you gave me at IPL 4.
I know, you're like, I gave it to you, and you got better.
Stronger economy, man.
I know, like, my immune system is, like, really bad, actually.
Yeah,
I don't drink enough vitamin C. Like, that's really important. I don't do that.
Yeah, I drink about a liter of orange juice every day. That helps. The Viking germs usually overcome me. But, yeah, we've got lots of sick casters. Tasteless is actually going to the hospital for hopefully a couple of hours to sort out his, what appears to be like a pink eye or something. And,
pink eye?
Yeah, that's what it's called in the States, pink eye. But, yeah, whatever the case, he will be gone for a couple of hours while TLO takes over his role with Artosis. Now, that should be pretty good to watch. But if you happen to be watching this stream, we've got a great game coming up for you, some TBT for the ages.
And just to kind of update people, because a lot of people were confused previously.
Everyone was confused,
who went through where.
Yeah.
And Naniwa surprisingly actually advances instead of Cloud. Even though Cloud had a sick performance, it came down to map score at the end of the day.
And it was
Cloud
1 in it.
4-4.
Yeah.
And Naniwa was 5-3 overall.
That's really sad for Cloud, honestly. And a lot of we were very confused as to who was winning. And obviously, Day 9 had a similar problem. It's like we don't know who's going to win this one. But yeah, Chef losing that one map to Naniwa is what did it.
So Idra is out as well.
Yeah.
And so Puma and Huck advance. And we also have Chef and Naniwa advance. 4 fantastic players now.
Oh, yes.
That will be advancing into Day 3. Where we'll have the single elim of 16 players. We already had 4 out of 16, and today we're going to find out who will be the remaining 12 of these fantastic, amazing players.
I'm going to start it off with a TBT. mouz versus ThorZaIN, a very, very aggressive player in the form of mouz. He goes often with the same kind of build. He will often go 1 racks into expand, early stim, add on 3 to 4 racks after that, and it's very, very nice to see. And then ThorZaIN, very methodical and strong TBT. So these guys want to get going. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, most definitely. And these two have met before because they are both from Sweden as well, remember. So they've played in the Nordic EPS. They've also played at a couple of lands. And surprisingly, to a lot of people's imaginations, I'm sure that everyone's like, ThorZaIN must be up, right? I'm like, well, no. mouz is actually up.
Yeah.
It's kind of close, but like 3-2 or something. And we'll discuss more about that as we get into this game.
Yes, we certainly shall. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to bring this game between mousesports ThorZaIN. He is in the red trunks and he is playing Terran to the east of this, the Metalopolis, versus his opponent, dignitas.merz. He is in the blue trunks and he is playing Terran to the west.
And the reason why mouz has like a decent head-to-head against ThorZaIN is because ThorZaIN plays into mouz's style. And what I mean by that is that mouz, if he can get past the 15-minute mark without any early aggression and doesn't lose to early aggression, his mechanics are actually very strong. He has very nice macro, always has the correct amount of production facilities for his income, and he's also very strong with upgrading. ThorZaIN's style, on the other hand, is very slow, very passive. There's a reason why he's called the Spoon Killer, and we don't really see aggression coming from him early on, which obviously is going to help mouz get to that comfort area of the mid to late stages of a game.
Yes, it will. And if ThorZaIN ends up playing very, very slowly, it's the thing is, like, we watched ThorZaIN play, and everyone thinks, oh, you know, he's very, very slow. Not always. I mean, he can break out some interesting builds, particularly very aggressive Hellion play. Yeah. And bear in mind, he's been trailing with Slayers as well. So ThorZaIN's getting quite the variety in this. This could be a very long, drawn-out series, potentially. TBT is, of course, the longest mirror matchup by a significant margin.
Oh, definitely. And these two players, their favorite matchup is probably TVT as well. ThorZaIN's had trouble versus Zerg, and equally, mouz has also had trouble versus Zerg.
Yep.
And they're both good against Protoss, but they are probably their strongest matchup is in this, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see how this one goes. It could go really, really late. I remember a certain game on Metalopolis, in fact, between 2 great Terran players, Boxer and Rain, that let's just say that went on for a while, so you never know. It's a good map to start us off if we're looking for something particularly epic. Now, we'll see what mouz decides to do. As I say, mouz's build order is generally quite static. He usually goes down the same path, but he could vary it up against ThorZaIN here.
I mean, I think mouz, he's a kind of all-round safe player. So an all-round safe build is probably something like a factory expansion. So basically, as he hits 100 gas now, he throws down the factory, starts thinking about a tech lab, but while expanding without taking the double gas. And that's something also we may see from ThorZaIN, though ThorZaIN has Korean influence within his game for sure, simply because of staying within Slayers in Korea. He has stuff like Medivac Marine drops, which can capitalize on a lot. Neither of these players really are Banshee players, and we actually already see mouz taking 2 out of gas. And we do actually have a reactor coming down the barrack. So what mouz is going to be going for is simply 2x2 Marines coming out into an expansion. If you do it with single Marines, you can get caught off guard by a little bit. And usually he can actually build it on the lower ground. There's not a problem with it either. But he is going to build it in the center of his base. And with 2x2 Marines, it actually takes a while to get them out because of the reactor timing.
Yeah, very
so
much
it's just kind of safer to have it within the main base. Meanwhile, we actually have a factory going down here for ThorZaIN with a reactor onto the barrack. So this could be interesting. He could be going for a Banshee play also. The command center has come down, but we could be going into Marine, Hellion, and then not Banshee, sorry, the Medivac play, where he goes for that drop into the main of mouz.
Yeah, that could definitely happen. That's the interesting thing about seeing going one barracks into factory, and this is hanging around, perhaps waiting for something. There's a starport, so you've got the 1-1-1 there, and the variations on this 1-1-1 build are vast, and as you said, it can be the aggressive Hellion Marine drop, which is very, very nasty. He's going to put down a tech lab here, however, so I'm not so sure about that.
Well, he could go for a mid-game Banshee, but we'll see, we'll see. Meanwhile, over in mouz's base, they've basically gone for a very similar build. They just kind of switch stuff around.
Yeah.
And what we're going to see from mouz is Hellions coming out from here on out. And then he's also going to be able to build 2x2 with Hellions too, which is going to give him a lot of versatility around the map. He's going to be able to scout, take control of the Zalnova towers, and there is a starport down as well. So we may see a Viking to come out first. You know, mouz is that more defensive player, so probably a Viking first, or he could just go ahead and take the initiative and get that Medivac out to start being aggressive. Meanwhile, there is that mid-game Banshee, and the second gas has been taken as well. We're not going to be seeing Cloak whatsoever, but this Banshee, especially the way that mouz is actually playing right now, could do a lot of damage if mouz decides to go Medivac instead of Viking.
Yeah, exactly. He does need to pop that Viking out to really secure himself. I mean, he does have a reasonable number of Marines, but he skipped Stim completely. So he's got to have a great deal of difficulty catching the Banshee. And will it be a Viking? Will it be a Medivac? We should find out right about now. It's going to be a Medivac.
So he will be looking to do some drop play here. The Banshee, I mean, he should build a Viking after this. I mean, it was either one of the two, but usually followed up by that. We're actually seeing a Raven coming out here as well now for ThorZaIN, because ThorZaIN has no idea what's going on. You know, he hasn't even sent out, well, he did send out an SCV, but it didn't get any information whatsoever. And over here, we've actually seen mouz already use a scan in the main base. Has seen the tech lab on the starport, knows a Banshee is coming, so a Viking should definitely be popping out as he hits 100 gas right now.
I think so. The second Medivac, never mind, that first Medivac goes out. There's the Viking on the way. Some harassment will begin. In the meantime, mouz is going to try and force his way through here. He actually has the firepower to make that happen. There are only Marines there, unupgraded. The Marines will be able to force their way through that supply depot with the Hellions there as well, and ThorZaIN doing a significant amount of damage here.
Yeah, I mean, this Raven could throw down an auto turret to help, but at the same time, this Banshee's just doing so much damage, 10 kills already.
Yeah, and that's a nice little lineup there by ThorZaIN. This is a kind of awkward position that they're both in. That Banshee's now on 14 kills, about to be 15. This is continuing to force its way through. Oh, the Medivac goes down. Really unpleasant positioning right there. And the auto turret is being used, as you said, to help.
The Viking has been waypointed.
Oh, no.
It's stuck on the same waypoint of the rest of everything. I mean, mouz.
A single Banshee is going to win this game. GG.
Wow. And that's
you know, disastrous start for mouz.
That's why you need to switch that around with the Viking and Medivac, because the Medivac is going to help a little bit there, but the Viking, especially once you've scanned and seen that Banshee coming, obviously is going to help out a lot more there. And unfortunately for mouz, just loses way too many SCVs, and that Viking not being out cost him the game. And then as he realized that it's halfway across the map,
it's like what's the point? You know, I've lost 22 SCVs already, and I've not managed to kill many of my opponents. This just isn't going to work out. He did slip up as well. He allowed the Medivac to be shot. The Medivac ended up at the front of the pack, which should never happen. So that was really unfortunate start for him, and we do expect more, honestly, from